Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Wow, that took a lot longer to move the cars around than what I was expecting. Back to the Omega Greed YouTube channel, where we do a whole bunch of fun things with cars together and we learn how to work on the cars together. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jeffrey. We do videos on this 2020 Hyundai Veloster N, the lifted Jeep Grand Cherokee, the Miata, and the Dodge Challenger RT. Do videos on all those cars. We learn how to do stuff together, and we do a whole bunch of fun stuff and mods and modifications and stuff like that. So if you're interested, check out my channel. But right now, what we're going to be talking about is the Veloster N fast? Would I consider it to be fast? Now, if you're like looking to do research on the Veloster N, if you want to know if this is a fast car, a fun car, or a car that you can really have some fun with out on some back roads, if you're really just kind of curious to know how fast this thing really is, this is a good video for you guys. But I do want to mention once again, this is always just my personal opinion. Other people are going to have different opinions, so heck, if you want to watch someone else's opinion, watch their video. This is my video, so this is my opinion. So I'm just giving it to you guys like that. But, so let's jump right into things. What do I consider this car? I would consider this car to be definitely a quick car. 0 to 60 times, which I personally, 0 to 60 times, they're a good representation of just kind of giving guys a baseline of how fast a car is. That's not the end all be all, because to me it's really the 20 to 100. That's where it really is the true passing power and the true performance. I mean, you do want to, if you're going from a dig, you want to know how fast it is from straight off of the line. But to me, I'm really it's the 20 to 100, or a more a pull from maybe I don't know, 40 to 120. You want to know that type of speed. That's what I really consider a fast car, how fast that is. Because yeah, something like a Hellcat is gonna 0 to 60 is gonna be lower than other cars, just because it can't get traction off of the line. But when it's going and you floor it, it's pretty hard to keep up, or it's very hard to beat something like that, which just has so much power. From a roll, it's just so much more powerful. So I don't really use 0 to 60 times that much, but for right now I'm kind of representing 0 to 60 times because it's kind of what most people kind of gauge everything off of. So for this 0 to 60 times stock, it's a 5.5. And just me driving around for the last couple of days, I would say, yeah, that's probably about right. I haven't done any testing myself within the car. Still, this car only has 415 miles on it. Still my fiance's car, so she's mostly we're still she's mostly breaking it in, and I told her she'll get the first full pull in the car. But me just driving around a couple different times, yeah, this feels like a 5.5 second, a mid 5 second 0 to 60 time. You could probably do a little bit better, but just stock, it can probably do a little bit better, but just that's what I think it's around. Now, to give you guys a reference, I drive my daily is my 2017 Dodge Challenger RT. That has the 5.7 liter Hemi engine in it, and I would say that's definitely faster than this, but I don't consider my car to be fast. I would consider that to be a quicker, faster car. I don't really consider that to be a fast car at all. And what I mean by that, I really think, for me, I think a fast car is 0 to 60 times are sub 4 seconds, mid 4s, 4.5 0 to 60. Then I would say, okay, that's actually a really quick car or a really fast car. Something like a Golf R, yeah, that would definitely beat my car off the line. That would beat this car off the line. But really on the highway, that's when we would really have to see what it would really do. Hey guys, this is Jeffrey from the future. I didn't add this part into the video, so I figured I would add this part in right now. The one thing I did want to mention is that when you're talking about how fast a car is, I feel like we definitely get caught up in the numbers, and the one thing I wanted to mention is that it's not all about the numbers, it's about the way the car feels. And you know, I just feel like nowadays everyone's just, they're so caught up in if the car, it needs to do this, it needs to do that, it needs to reach this benchmark. If it doesn't reach this benchmark, it's not a fast car. I don't think that's necessarily true anymore. I think it truly depends on how the car feels, because there's always going to be something faster. There's always stuff that's going to be built to be, you know, a better 0 to 60 time or better 0 to 100 time, and just like better in different categories. But for me, it really comes down to how the car feels. And I truly feel the Veloster N, if you take it for what it is, I wouldn't consider the car to be 100% like the most fastest thing out there in the world, but I think it's really fun. And I think that if you're looking for something that's going to be fun and very quick, and it feels enjoyable to drive, I mean, the Veloster N is definitely a good car to buy. I personally feel like the Veloster N, I have more fun driving that car than driving my Challenger, just because of the fact it's manual, it's lighter, seems much more tossable, and it makes just great sounds. And it's honestly, it's just a blast to drive, you know, anywhere. Like just going to the store, putting it into N mode, and just doing whatever. It's a ton of fun to drive. A lot of the more faster cars, I'm finding that it is not fun to drive it at normal speeds. You have to be on it for it to be fun. I feel like the Veloster N, it's fun if you're just driving normally, and even if you're driving the speed limit, just getting up to speed, shifting gears, it's a ton of fun to drive. Yeah, so I wanted to just insert this into the video because I don't think I mentioned that. So continue on with the video. I don't feel like it's the fastest thing off the line, but I still feel like it has really good like mid-range power, and the mid-range power is really like where you have most of the fun at. If you want to be, you know, something like smaller, like a Fiesta ST has a really small turbo. It's really torquey off the line, but it falls on its face. I feel like this, the turbo, it's I don't know, you know, for me personally, I feel like it's like a nice mid-range power where like it gives you the power where you want it at. Top end, which I haven't we haven't done any top end like full pulls to see what it can really do on the top end, but you know, like down low, it's okay, but then mid range, I feel like that's where the turbo really kicks in and really like kind of helps propel you, and that's where I feel like you get a lot of that force and that feedback. But for example, like I was saying, me personally, do I think it's the fastest thing out there in the world? No, but we did take my friend for a ride along with us, and him just in the car, he said this thing feels really fast. And for me, I was like, oh, it does? And he was like, yeah, no, this thing feels like really fast. So he was like, yeah, this is much faster than my car. He has like an Escape. I know that has like the EcoBoost engine in it. I'm not sure what engine's in it, but it's like not like, I think the 0 to 60 in that is like a 9 or 7 seconds, something like that. It's not really like a fast performance car. But for someone coming from something that's not performance at all, jumping in this does feel really quick and really fast. But that's my thing. I feel like fast and like how fast something is it's all relative. Just thinking about like where you're coming from. Like if you're coming from like a normal commuter car and jumping in this is gonna feel like a rocket ship. If you're used to driving around like I don't know, something that's like really fast, like an Audi, you know, like a RS3 or something like that, this isn't going to feel that fast, or like a Golf R or something like that, or even, you know, like a Mustang GT or something. This won't feel as fast as that because it's not. 0 to 60 times are lower. It's, you know, mid-range power, it's definitely lower, and just overall the horsepower ratings is lower. But that doesn't mean it's not still a fun car. I feel like this car, like in traffic, like it, you know, this will blow the doors off of, you know, any like normal commuter car. And even like some like mid-level like performance cars, like this will keep up with Focus STs, like stock for stock. I mean, this is actually a little bit faster than the Focus ST, stock for stock. You know, the GTIs and stuff like that. I feel like this is like a really nice, like the power to cost ratio in this. I feel like it's a nice balance. And the other thing I do want to mention, I really feel like in this car, because it is a manual, it really comes down to the driver skill as well. You can be, you know, if you're not that great of a driver, you can make this thing would feel like a dog if you're, you know, granny shifting it and stuff like that. But when you're getting on it and actually getting on it, this thing, it definitely moves. Like I am confident I could beat my car in this car. If my fiance is driving my car and I'm driving this car, I'm confident I can beat my car with this. Even though I think on paper my car would beat that, because it says that has 100 more horsepower. But that is a lot heavier than that. But the 0-60 times, like right now, with the mods I have done to it, my 0-60 like that I've been doing is a 5.0 in that, which that's like I said, that's not, I wouldn't consider that to be fast at all. I think like a mid 4 second car, like the Scat Pack, you know, when you get like the 4.3 or something like that, that's what I consider to be fast. But yeah, my car's doing like a 5.0 like right now. But long story short, do I think this car is fast? No. Do I think it's quick? Yes. And honestly, if you're looking for something in its price range brand new, this is a nice option to go for. If you want something, you know, like you could get more horsepower or something used, obviously, but I don't think this is a bad platform to go with. If you want something that you get a lot of creature comfort and you get something brand new, or, you know, like, or I mean, I know now, I think for the new year, they're coming out with the automatic ones. They're going to have like the dual clutch in them. So I know that's going to be coming out, I think, in 2021. So, but either way though, the Veloster N, it is a great car. It's not the fastest thing out there in the world, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be. Everything doesn't have to be, you know, 600 horsepower. I think horsepower numbers get blown out of proportion because in all honesty, how much do you really use on the street? Even with my car, I don't consider my car to be that fast. That thing legitimately, like, I never floor it anywhere, just because you floor it for more than like 3 seconds and you are breaking the speed limit by like a lot. Especially because my car is just a lot louder too, because I have the mid muffler delete, so that thing is just screaming if I'm in it. But yeah, just saying, like, this, even compared to the Miata back there, like, this thing blows the doors off of that. Obviously it's a Miata, but the Miata doesn't feel all that slow. Even though it doesn't have a lot of horsepower, that doesn't feel that slow. But yeah, so if you're like thinking about, maybe I shouldn't buy the Veloster N because it's not quote unquote fast, don't worry about it. Honestly, I think it's a great car. Enjoy it for what it is. It's a good, you know, fun, quick car, and you'll beat most other, like, you know, cars out there, like normal commuter cars are out there on the road. I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a like. Follow me on Instagram, OmegaGreed, the same name as the YouTube channel. Subscribe for more content's coming, and we're out of here, guys. See ya.